Hello, everyone, and welcome to the top 10 strongest characters in the Winnie the Pooh universe. Now, before I begin, let me explain what the Winnie the Pooh universe is. The expanded Winnie the Pooh universe, shortened to Acreverse by the hardcore fans, was first seen in the manga of the same name by A.A. Milne in 1928, and it wasn't until 1988 that the official anime was made by Disney on ABC, called The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and was continued until 1991. And then would play as reruns for the next two-ish decades, due to its popularity. This by the fans is considered the main continuity, with a few additions. The Tigger movie and Piglet's Big Movie, both being a part of this canon, as they seem to follow the same timeline, as the Tigger movie was released in 2000, and PBM was released in 2003. And in this scene from PBM, it shows a scene depicted from the Tigger movie, proving they are both in the same cinematic universe, and thus added to the canon material. And now, without further ado, let's get into the strongest characters from Winnie the Pooh. Number 10. Kessie. Kessie is a bluebird that's anime-only filler, and has trouble flying in the beginning and is cared for by Rabbit. Rabbit teaches Kessie how to count, and besides that, Kessie is useless and should have perished if not for the intervention of Rabbit. Number 9. Gopher. Gopher is also anime filler only, and mentions numerous times how he isn't in the light novels. Gopher has access to dynamite, but doesn't ever use it in the anime, so feats-wise, he's very useless and does not show up a ton. Number 8, we have Owl. Owl has a good memory, but in combat, he is useless. Besides being able to count and spell, he doesn't seem to be disturbed by the breaking of his possessions during the Blustery Day arc of the anime, which means he's wealthy, but compared to the other members of this list, he deserves to be down here, at number 8. Number 7 is Rabbit. Rabbit is also capable of spelling and counting, and the biggest feat Rabbit has is holding Tigger to a promise never to bounce again. But Tigger was able to emotionally manipulate her into giving him back his bounce, which is why Rabbit is placed so low on this list. Number 6, we have Christopher Robin. Christopher Robin is a human child, but is able to catch a falling Pooh from the tree, showing his speed stat is quite high. He also has genius level IQ for a boy his age, as he hides himself and Pooh under his umbrella in the mud to escape the bees. Number 5, we have Eeyore. Now Eeyore has a variety of different tail techniques, and can survive being struck by lightning, as shown in this clip here. But his demeanor is the only thing holding him back from a higher position on this list, as with his variety of tails, he's likely able to do some kind of go-go gadget maneuvers, but we never are shown it in the anime or the light novels. Number 4, we have Winnie the Pooh himself. Now Winnie the Pooh is able to survive a large fall from a huge height after losing concentration on his balloon technique. And Winnie the Pooh is known to be able to survive for an unnamed amount of months stuck in Rabbit's door, after consuming a large amount of honey, which in of itself is a pretty big feat. Now for number 3, we have Piglet. Piglet has a couple of feats that I found. In Piglet's Big Movie, Piglet, first of all, is the star of Piglet's Big Movie, which isn't that much, but we get to see a lot of Piglet in this movie, including saving Roo from the stream. This demonstrates Piglet's high IQ and quick thinking. In the anime-only episode, The Good, the Bad, and the Tigger, Piglet is made sheriff of the town, and is able to survive for 2 weeks on a runaway train, and survive the eventual crash of that train later in that episode. Number 2 is Roo. Now Roo in the Tigger movie is able to master the whoop-de-dooper, loop-de-looper, alley-ooper bounce, which is a special technique taught by Tigger, and is able to use it to save her master from falling. And, as we all know, this comes from the Tigger movie, which is generally accepted by Pooh heads as canon. Now before I get on to number 1, here is an honorable mention. We have Huffalumps and Woozles. Now, Huffalumps and Woozles, as everyone knows, are very powerful entities, but Pooh heads believe that they are attributed to Pooh's consumption of the Nepalese mad honey. But if instead Pooh was communicating with these eldritch deities, then they would outclass anyone on this list, except maybe number 1 and number 2. There's a Huffalump movie which the fanbase is torn to as to whether considered canon or not, as it strays from the power of the Huffalump and Woozle, and instead makes it a more childlike, elephantine creature. So leave a comment if you think that Huffalumps should have made this list, or whether they are the forgotten deities of the Acreverse. And finally, we have number 1. Tigger. Tigger in the Tigger movie is able to save Rabbit, Pooh, Roo, and Piglet from an avalanche. Now let's not forget that this avalanche is caused by his screams, which means not only is Tigger able to save people from an avalanche, but he's also able to cause avalanches. This puts his power level way above any other character we've seen, as no other character in the 100 Acre Woods has the possibility to create its own avalanche and also save that many high up level characters such as Piglet and Roo. Thank you for watching. This has been the top 10 strongest characters in the Winnie the Pooh universe.